Hello YouTube, in this video I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to use the remove tool in Adobe Photoshop because it's really useful whether you're editing really anything, but I use it for gaming video thumbnails and just thumbnails in general whenever there's little bits and pieces that I want to remove without actually altering, the image. So to use the remove tool, you want to go to the top left or wherever your tools are, right click it and make sure you are on the remove tool. I think it's going to default to the spot healing brush. So make sure you are on the one that says remove tool. From there, I like to zoom in and we're going to start with just removing these numbers and this line right here. And it's very simple. You select it. You can hold Alt and right click, and then you can actually resize this by moving your cursor left to right after you press or hold Alt and hold right click. You can just go left to right like that. So once you do that, you can resize it how you want. And I like to get it about the size of whatever I'm trying to remove. So we're just going to do something like that. Then, whoops, I clicked. So once you do that, click and just hold down your left click and just drag it over your removal. And then when we let go, you can tell it's gone and it did a pretty good job. So I'm just going to do that for that. And then for this, I'm going to just raise it up, do one click, boom. And then here, this should be fine, just like that. Now, if there are a lot of different color changes and stuff, you're probably gonna have to do it a little bit at a time. But if, it's pretty easily erasable, then you're gonna be able to erase a lot at one time. For instance, this line right here should be pretty easy to erase. So I'm just gonna simply click and drag all the way over here and it's gone. Looks pretty good. Now, this isn't always perfect, but since we are zoomed in and we're removing smaller details, even if it didn't look quite just right, by the time you zoom out, you're never going to know, at least for this type of project. It's going to depend on what you're trying to edit, of course, but I'm just going to go ahead and remove a little by little here. You can do a little more if you want, and if you do mess up or you don't like the way it looks, you can just press Alt-Z and it will undo it, or you can come to Edit and click Undo Remove Tool, and that'll undo the last one you did. But I'm just going to go through just like this, and you can see how quickly it erased all of that. And now if there's like some spots here I don't like, I can kind of, hit remove on those or do whatever editing to those. Now we get to these abilities, which are a little bit larger and a little bit more bold than the others, but works just the same. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of do that part first. I'm going to come down here, delete those buttons. And then I wouldn't even have to remove where there's a very faint icon here, but I'm just going to go ahead and try it out and looks pretty good. So if I try to just delete them all at once, it might work. We'll find out live right here. Works pretty well. Kind of messed up the arm a little bit. Made it a little funny. So that's why I recommend for the best results, just do it little by little. You're going to get a little bit better results usually. So I'm just going to go through quickly as I can here and show you how quickly you can actually just remove all of these things just like this. Let's erase all that. And it's really just magical how quickly you can do this. It's actually amazing. Now this has a little bit of red leaking because it's like a gradient, so it's kind of leaking off into the rest of the image. So we'll see how it actually handles that here in this case. I'm just going to kind of go over all of it, try to make sure I get all of the red. And wow, looks pretty good to me. So now if we zoom out, we've removed all of the icons on the bottom. And if I want to remove this one, move tool, resize it, click, and wait a second, and it's gone. And now it looks very good. And I mean, I could just continue and go through and do all of this, even down here. That text is gone, and you pretty much can't tell it was ever there, and it looks just normal. So that was a quick tutorial on how to use the remove tool. It's really useful. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you'd like more short, quick, helpful tutorials like this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.